What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we're going to be doing another transfer update with lots to speak about, including an update, big update, with regards to Lionel Messi. But before we crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content and you want to help to support my channel, then subscribe, press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on to be notified immediately for when I do upload, aiming for 14,000 subscribers. At the time of recording this video, we are very close, less than 200 subscribers away, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Don't forget also social media links, you can find them in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. You can also find my email in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoy this video, aiming for 400 likes, so any help towards that again will be much appreciated. And most importantly, let me know your thoughts of these transfers in the comments below, as I'm always interested in what you do have to say. And so without further ado, we're going to crack on with this video. We're going to start off with the outs, and we've got a little bit of an update on the deal with regards to Tosin Adarabioyo and his move that happened to Fulham. Now, Manchester City in that deal wanted to include a buyback clause, but Tosin said no. It wasn't the club, it wasn't Fulham that said no, it was Tosin that said no. He's reported to have said, that's a key word here, reported, to have said that he doesn't want the same situation that Angelino found himself in, which was he leaves Manchester City, City buy him back, don't really utilise him, and then sell him again or loan him out. He doesn't want to get stuck in that situation. He's saying, interestingly, that if Manchester City want to sign him, they are not going to have that buyback clause there. They're going to have to negotiate a deal with Fulham to say to him that they want him back at Manchester City, and so they have to pay for him, is basically what he's saying. I find that really interesting from Tosin Adarabioyo. Now, moving on, we've got an update with Eric Garcia. Now, Martin Blackburn, working for The Sun, reliable with Manchester City information, has said that Pep, he's playing Eric Garcia because he wants him to sign a new contract at Manchester City. He wants to use it as a bargaining tool, as a way to persuade him to sign a new contract. However, he's rejecting any advances from Manchester City to sign a new extension at Manchester City because he wants to go to Barcelona. He wants that to happen apparently in January, and if that doesn't happen, then it will happen next summer, and that will be for free. So he wants to leave Manchester City in January and try and negotiate some kind of deal, a small fee you would have thought, for Eric Garcia to become a Barcelona player. Will that happen? Well, it didn't happen by transfer deadline day for the summer. Manchester City set their price, and they imagine they'll struggle to get that deal done again in January. City will still want a decent amount. I reckon we're looking at a 10-15 million euros, and I can imagine Barcelona saying they're not really willing to go over a few million euros. So we'll wait and see with what happens with regards to Eric Garcia. Now, moving on to the ins, we've got an update with regards to Erling Haaland. Now, Fabrizio Romano has said that the release clause at Borussia Dortmund isn't active next summer, but it will only be active from the summer of 2022. That price will be 75 million euros. Manchester City have been linked. Manchester City apparently have been looking at strikers. We have been getting linked with strikers. Of course, Pep Guardiola has confirmed that City did have a look at potentially signing a striker as well, but City found it too expensive. Erling Haaland could be an option here for Manchester City. However, with him not having that release clause available next summer, it means Dortmund could demand as much money as they want. And so where are City going to turn their attention to with regards to possibly looking at a long-term replacement for Sergio Aguero? Maybe they'll be happy what they've got. I do not know. We'll wait and see with what happens there. Now, moving on, Torres potentially joining Manchester City. We haven't really reported on him in a little while, but just hear me out here. Fabrizio Romano has said that Manchester City are potentially looking at another centre-back next summer, and the person that they've had a look at is Villarreal's Torres. He is a left-sided centre-back. We've already got Laporte, we've already got Ake here at Manchester City, and so I'm not too sure that Torres would be an option unless City long-term see Ake as a left back, which I'm not too sure that they do. But just hear me out, because I've spoke about centre backs before, and lots of people have said we don't need another centre back. We looked at that this summer, we don't have to look at that again next summer. Fernandinho's contract is up at the end of the season. If he doesn't sign a new contract, and Eric Garcia will leave Manchester City as well, it all depends then what happens with regards to John Stones, with him picking up more and more injuries, and it's happened again into this season, that if John Stones, City have said that I feel like he's on last chance saloon, if it doesn't work work out this season with his injuries, I can see Manchester City potentially cashing in, and if John Stones does leave, City would need a centre-back. Torres, left-footed, left-sided centre-back, not too sure that would be my option that I'd be looking at. With Ruben Diaz being here, I'd potentially be looking long-term at signing someone that is of good rotated option with Ruben Diaz. Just like what Nathan Ake is with Aymeric Laporte, a good option. That's what I'd be looking at. I wouldn't be looking to spend too much money on a centre-back. Torres, I'm not too sure about that, but I imagine that City may have a look elsewhere at centre-backs, but that could happen. It might not. Now, interesting news moving on. We're going to speak about Filip Stevenovic. Stevenovic, I hope that's how you say his name. Anyway, Jack Gaughan, he has said that Manchester City will be signing Filip Stevenovic. The 18-year-old winger plays for Partizan Belgrade in Serbia, will become a Manchester City player. It's been reported that the fee would be £6 million, which has now been tinkered to around €8 million. So we're looking at around £7 million rather than £6 million. But it was been reported that he'll sign for Manchester City in January. I have had word actually that of this week on Monday, Stevenovic has become a Manchester City player. That's according to Tutto Mercato Web via Sports Witness. A source in Italy have said that that deal is now done. It won't happen in January. He will join Manchester City next summer, and he's going to remain in Serbia with Partizan Belgrade until the end of this season. So welcome, Filip, to Manchester City. Now, let's speak about Lionel Messi very quickly. I do not know right now if this is makes it more likely or less likely with what's happened at Barcelona over the last, 24, 48 hours or so. They've had board meetings. Their president, Bartomeu, the player that stopped Lionel Messi leaving, demanding his release clause to be met. Very unhappy. Over 20,000 signatures have been signed for him with a vote of no confidence for him to leave. That has since happened. He has resigned. Not just him, but the whole board at Barcelona have resigned. It shows you how much of a mess that Barcelona are in. And so they're going to need a new presidential election. I would imagine that anyone running for that presidential election would need to clarify not only the future of Lionel Messi, but also long-term with the managers and what's happening there. And so apparently the other presidents that will run in will say to Lionel Messi that he is free to leave should he want to. He has the right to leave and choose to decide when he wants to leave, which makes it a good big thumbs up there from Manchester City if you are a fan of wanting to see Lionel Messi in a Manchester City shirt. And trust me, I am right in that group. One of the best players in the world, one of the best footballers the world has ever seen. I would love to see him, even if he's past his best, in a Manchester City shirt at least once. That would be absolutely amazing. However, with Bartomeu leaving, it is one of the reasons that Lionel Messi was very unhappy at Barcelona, that if the new Barcelona president is someone that Lionel Messi approves of and likes, I would say it's also more likely that now than what it was this time last week or last month or the last few months or so, of him signing a new contract at Barcelona, which means that he wouldn't join Manchester City. Developments happening left, right and centre. I'm sure I'll have an update out at some point within the next week or so with more happening with regards to this transfer. So make sure that you do subscribe, press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. Of course, Lionel Messi, he can sign a pre-contract agreement with Manchester City in January. Next week, it is November. We're talking only 2 months away. So yeah, we'll wait with regards to updates on that. So there we go, that's been the video. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you leave a thumbs up so I know that you enjoyed this video. Aiming for 400 likes, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Don't forget also to subscribe if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. Aiming for 14,000 subscribers, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Social media links in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. Email also in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorship training videos or any general business inquiries. And lastly, most importantly, let me know your thoughts in the comments below too with regards to these transfers. So I've been JSGC. I hope everyone is safe and well. Thank you for watching. Peace. Ciao for now.